think I always knew that I was going to be an artist. My proudest achievement will be the Summer Palace, because it was not only a really big and huge and complex piece of work, but it was also a personal challenge. I'm Agustin Vidal Saavedra, I'm a visual artist, and I'm from Argentina. I will describe the Summer Palace as the story of a conscious being being conscious. It's a journey inside us. Outernet, it's a really huge immersive experience in the city center of London. And that it's insane because it's also free to public. So anybody can walk in and just be amazed by art. I tried to animate the paintings without touching too much, just adding movement so people can relate to the original images and feel moved. And then I use also particle simulations to create these kind of galaxies that you are going inside, nebulas. And finally, I use AI to enhance the painting quality to reach 8K resolution. That it's huge. Numbers are important in this, and the Summer Palace was the #1 for a period of time. And that is an answer, I think, to my questions about what I will do if I was limitless. Getting the attention of millions of people, it's important. It's not everything. Some of really nasty stuff can be viral too, but getting viral because of art, I think it's a hope message, because people are interested in going deeper. I've been always attracted to classical art, but also technology at the same time. I think I had a really nice childhood. I remember back in those days, we were filling the car with books every time we went to holidays. It was a really great moment being surrounded by stories. The artistic background, I think it comes from my grandparents. My grandmother was a painter, and my grandfather also, from my mom's side, was a writer. I moved from Argentina to Dublin because I felt like I could do more. At the moment, I was having the perfect life. I was asking my friends and my family, and everybody was saying like, what is missing in your life that you don't have now, that you want to live? And actually, the only person that said something different was my grandmother. She said to me, you should go for it. You should leave Argentina, have a different experience, embrace everything. You should do it. When my grandmother passed away, I think something clicked in me, and I knew that it was time for a change. Years later, I was on a plane. Dublin wasn't like a total reset, but it put me in a position that I was so vulnerable to new stuff that I had to embrace change. When you're an immigrant, you need to let go of all the things that sometimes are part of you. And you are just reaching this point where you don't know who you are because you don't belong anywhere. You left your house and you are looking for a new one. And it's that invisible bridge where that gives you the freedom to choose who you want to be. Looking for a job in Dublin was at first tricky because I didn't have any qualifications at all. I studied psychology, but I learned how to animate from YouTube actually. I just start showing the animations that I did for lots of different companies. One of the company was interested, and I had a really nice chat with the owner of the company called Glasseye, and I felt like, yeah, this is it. So I came up with this idea of animating paintings. Obviously, somehow I felt like my grandmother was guiding me because we shared the same love about paintings and about art. I started posting everything on Instagram, and that is when things got crazy because it's kind of surreal having 900 followers at the time. And when I start posting my animations, I start receiving lots of attention, and hundreds and then thousands of people start following me. And when it reached like 50,000, I was like, oh my God, this is something. My proudest achievement will be the Summer Palace, because it was not only a really big and huge and complex piece of work, but it was also a personal challenge. The Summer Palace took me more than a year to be completed, and I remember for the first Summer Palace, I was working 14 hours a day without any holidays. It was really hard work, but I was so focused and I was so passionate about the project that I could keep going and going and going. And by the time when I went to London and I saw it for the first time, I was full of expectations and I wanted to see my child, and it was a complete failure. Seeing it pixelated, and it wasn't good at all. It was tough. And I needed to overcome those failures, feelings that I have about myself, my insecurities, and just get rid of them and start over. So I needed to accept that. And I had only 4 months to the real presentation. I said to myself, look, I can walk away or I can ask for help and start rebuilding it. When the first Summer Palace failed, I started therapy. And I realized that my creative block was a personal one. I'm a gay man growing up in Argentina. I've been having lots of different years of denial at first with my sexual orientation, and there was a moment of my life where I needed to face that. As a gay man growing in Argentina, I had to play a role. There were years where I felt in total disconnection with myself, and I couldn't realize what I was feeling for any person. I remember that stepping out and saying I'm gay to my family, at first it wasn't totally welcome, because it's like they feel like you're changing your identity somehow. And actually it's the sentence I'm gay is the last part of a huge and long process of accepting yourself. Times cure everything, so I knew that my family had to rebuild the connection with myself also as a gay person, and I think they really worked hard into that because they loved me. And then obviously I needed to do some work also in therapy just to accept not only my sexuality. It's like it's also accepting yourself as a person with all your different contradictions, all your failures and your shadows. If I'm gonna be on the other side of the world without any family, without any friends, leaving absolutely everything, I'm gonna make it worth it.
Me parece impresionante todo lo que pudo demostrar de su genialidad, que es mucha, que siempre lo sentimos.
Bueno, realmente se extraña muchísimo a los hijos cuando se van. Uno, bueno, como sabe que es para mejorar, pero se extraña mucho.
Estoy muy emocionada, realmente no imaginé poder verlo aquí. Impresionada, totalmente y muy emocionada. Como padres, nada mejor que ver triunfar a tu hijo.
For me, love means connection. Connection between people, connection between situations, memories. And people usually relate to that connection. People can feel the love that I put into the art. And then I found a person where I can share the life and share love. And it was great to know that it's out there. For a really long time, love was a word that was prohibited for myself. My message to people would be embrace freedom. Freedom to choose whoever you want to be, to love whoever you want to love, and to express yourself no matter what.